Hello, Year 4s, and welcome to your next comprehension lesson. We are going to be continuing with the comprehension, looking at our nonfiction book. The book that we are currently going through is this book, Ancient Rome, and we have been learning all about things like the rise of Rome, the Roman empires, life as a soldier, women in Rome, family life, army life, all of those kinds of things. So in today's lesson, we are going to be looking at the following. Right, we're going to learn a little bit more about the public baths. And I thought this would be quite interesting as we are looking at Bath in a wider curriculum. We're actually learning a bit more about Bath in Somerset. So this will give you a better idea about how the Roman baths actually worked. So you can read along with me or you can read it yourself. So I'm going to start with the public baths. Few Roman houses had their own baths. Most people went to large public baths. These were not just places to get clean. Men went to the baths to meet friends, play games, and exercise. Women had separate baths or went in the morning. Changing rooms with shelves for clothes led to a series of rooms that got steadily hotter. The idea was to clean the pores of the skin by sweating. Soap was a foreign curiosity. Olive oil was used instead. Afterwards, there were cold plunge baths to close the pores. So they went into the hotter rooms to open the pores, and then they used to use olive oil on their skin instead of soap. And then afterwards, they would plunge into the cold water to close their pores up again. Right, on the right-hand side there, you can see little counters and images. So ivory board game counters. The inscription above means bad luck. Ivory, bone, and glass counters. Agate dice, rock crystal dice, and a metal dice shaped like a squatting man. These would have been used to play games at the baths by the men. On the left-hand side, we've got foundations. These foundations of a bathhouse were discovered in London, England in 1989. You can see the bottom of the brick pillars, which once supported the raised floor. Heating. Fire stoked by slaves outside of the baths sent hot air under the floor and through hollow tiles in the walls to chimneys in the roof. The fires were also used to boil water in tanks and to heat pools, as the drawing on the left shows. So that's what the fires were used for. So you can see on the left, there's a little picture of the fire being stoked. And then obviously that is sending hot air under the floor and through the hollow tiles in the wall to the chimneys in the roof. And it was also used, you can see it's boiling the water in the tanks and it heats the pools. And that's what you can see in that picture. Hot springs. The Romans used the natural hot springs at Bath, England, as part of a medicinal bathing center. Sick people came from all over the country to seek a cure by swimming in the waters. Games. People came to the baths to exercise and play in the yard. Some perhaps training with weights, while others playing ball games. These included catching games, which were played with colored balls of all sizes, including heavy medicine balls. The less energetic brought drinks and snacks from vendors or sat in the shade playing board games or gambling with dice. If we go to the other side, we're going to look at bath tools. This 19th century painting, this one above here, by Sir Lawrence Alma-Tadema, shows Roman women cleaning themselves with sponges and stringles, which were tools that were used for scraping the oil and the dirt from the skin. This is an ear scoop, that is a nail cleaner, that is a set of tweezers. This handle here is for hanging cleaning implements from. If we have a look here, we've got a detachable lid of oil flask. So over there, we're reading this here, the toilet set. This bronze pocket tool set from London includes useful tools for personal hygiene. So these were those little the tweezers and the nail clippers or the nail cleaners. Okay, this picture here, a slot for hanging or attaching to a carrying handle above. So that little bit over there was used to hang this implement. It says a cold splash. Dishes or patera, like the bronze example on the left, were used for splashing cold water over the body to close the pores after being heated in the baths. All set for the baths. This set of utensils that are hanging here would leave you well equipped for a visit to the baths. The oil flask and a pair of stringles, so this was a stringle, are attached to a carrying handle. This was like a large key ring, allowing the tools to be easily removed. So you would carry that with you to the baths. You've got the oil that you would pour onto your skin, and the stringles would then scrape the oil off. The curved part of the stringle was used for scraping off dirt. This oil flask, this is an oil flask here, and this 2nd century CE oil flask from Britain is decorated with 3 African faces. So now looking at our questions. Question 1, using information from the text, put a tick in the correct box to show whether each statement is true or false. All Romans had baths in their homes. Men went to the baths to meet friends and play games. They used soap when in the baths, and women had separate baths or went in the morning. Then you're going to look at the hot springs paragraph. Find and copy a sentence that tells you that the baths were used by sick people. Question 3, according to the text, what did the less energetic people do when they were at the baths? Question 4, look at the section headed bath tools and complete the sentence below. Roman women cleaned themselves with sponges and brushes, scrapers and stringles, sponges and stringles, or cloth and sponges. And you need to choose one. The final question is, using information from the text, tick one box in each row to show whether each statement is a fact or an opinion. So baths were used for more than getting clean during the Roman times. Oil was used instead of soap. All men took part in exercise at the bath. So this comprehension will be posted on Tapestry for you, but I would also like you to answer the questions for me and post your answers onto Tapestry, please, by 4 p.m. this afternoon. Make sure to read through the text, read through your questions, read through the text again, making sure you're highlighting all the information that you think is important, and then answering the questions in full sentences.